pointed kind of directly at your face. So if you...
Are we videoing too?
Yeah, we're on. We're live.
We are live.
We're live.
I was looking for the
Papa
tickets.
Greg.
No, it's
fine.
fine.
You're good? You can look live?
You can look live?
This is a live look into life with Dad.
What's up,
Dude,
guys?
Yeah,
what is up, bro? I'm so excited that you're on. Like, I'm
This
so
is wild.
stoked.
I am too. I'm excited to be here. I really am.
Today, if you guys can't tell, we have my father in the studio.
That's right.
My, not birth giver, but partook in, that,
he
that
donated.
part.
I gave the sperm.
Yeah,
donated for sure.
Donated for sure.
In a good way.
So, hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate
Absolutely. I'm excited to be
And then he
here.
kind of like dropped the news on us. He got us Ron White tickets. Like, that
Gang,
was like,
gang.
okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
it.
Well,
What's up?
I'll take him.
that was part of Hilton's Christmas present. So,
Yeah.
and I've seen Ron White 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, this is Ron's like one of those, and this is supposed to be like his big, like last kind of like final tour.
Yeah, going away tour. He still be doing stand up, just not touring.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Well, he's probably looking for a gig in Vegas is what he's probably
Yeah.
looking for. Because
Yeah,
I think
Didn't
get on
he
that
have
Britney
a-
Spears money.
Didn't he have a like a
A Regency, bro.
Is that what it's called?
Regency? What is it?
Not that. That's
Regency.
a bank.
I don't think it's a
That's a
Regency.
bank, for sure.
It's,
Nah, dude, that's Legency.
Nope. What are you talking about?
I think he's talking about like when you're staying.
yeah.
But
But
it's
it's
not
not
Regency.
Regency.
Hey,
It's not
at least
Regency.
I'm putting something out there. You haven't even.
Residency.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
No.
You pronounced it
Play
in your
back.
head wrong.
Play back.
Yeah.
Play back.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Play back.
Nope.
Regency
Yes,
is what you
Regency.
said. Regency is what you said.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is.
fine.
And
You
that's
know
what
what?
I
I'm
meant.
glad you're here. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't do this.
What's up, dude?
All right.
What's up?
We got an hour and we're not double teaming me.
What's
Would
up,
we ever
dude?
do that?
I don't know. It's in his blood. It got to come from somewhere.
Oh, look, man. What up? I got Pops in the
well-
studio today. I feel good.
Dude, even when my sister was on, y'all double teamed me.
Yeah, well.
Sounds
What is-
like it may be
He
you.
just
It may be you.
He just enjoys getting double
No,
teamed.
you know
That's
what it is? It's your big man complex. Your 6'2" guy is in
Yeah.
the room right now.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
Has he
basically
always had
whenever-
such a big stature?
Absolutely. Hilton's
Absolutely.
just
always
fun.
been that
I'm
way.
always been walking in.
Wide like a
just
door.
looking- Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just thick.
Huh? Yeah.
Tall.
Yeah.
You said hot? Yeah.
I heard you say it, and then I didn't hear you say it. But then I heard you say it.
Dude,
you know?
why do we do that so much?
I don't know.
I did that so much more as a child. I would always be like, huh?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's like you answer before you
Yeah.
even your
What?
brain can.
I'll take out the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Oh.
So what has it been like raising this goon?
What has it been like raising Hilton? Well,
Yeah.
it has been.
Hey, tread lightly, okay? Let's tread light,
Hey,
all
man.
right?
Double
It's
team is
tread
coming
light.
back.
Hilton was always a good kid. He was a
Hey.
good kid. He only got a little bit out of hand high school age, and there was probably other factors for that.
And he's never come back. So
Whoa, man.
But no, Hilton's always been a good kid. He's always done what he was supposed to do, and didn't get in much trouble. And
Yeah.
but he, talking about that 6'2" person.
Yeah.
I mean, Hilton was always the first one to. If he felt like somebody was being mistreated, he wanted to stand up for him. Hilton was always the one that this is right or wrong, and he wanted to be on the side of right. He was always, of all my kids, Hilton is really the only one, besides Harper will do it sometimes, but Hilton's the only one that'll stand up to me like,
yeah.
Dad, that's wrong, or, that's not right, or we shouldn't do that, or, I mean, he is always, he wants to be on, he wants things to be fair, and...
I think I get a lot of that from you, too, though. Because I think you, like, just growing up as a kid, it's like you wanted to be, doing everything correctly and not be out of place in any way. And I think that growing up with that is like, like whatever it may have been, if it was like, even if we're like going fishing or something and like, catching something under the size limit or whatever, like I'm sure a lot of dads would be like, oh, it's fine. But it was always like, nope, we're going to, the rules are set in, are this way for, reasons. So it's like, I think that rubbed off on me a lot as a kid because of you.
Yeah, but I think you even took it further than that. I mean, I think you would stand up for things that I don't know that I would, to be quite honest with you. I mean, as a kid, you would be like, hey, talking about that. It was a funny story. When the kids were little, we had gone to younger. We had gone to.
We went to younger.
Yeah, when the kids were younger,
In case
we
you
went
like because he's small now. He's not young, but when he was
little younger. Yeah, when you know.
Also
Let's
small,
define.
but,
Let's define what we're talking about. But when they were younger, we went to.
you good, bud?
We went to a video game store, and it was Hayden and Hilton and Harper, and they both, all of them got a game or whatever it was, and you know, you're checking out, and the number that the price of it just didn't match what we. I mean, it was just in my mind. I'm thinking that doesn't add up right.
Yeah.
And so we get in the car, the Suburban, and I pull out the receipt and I look at it and I'm like, okay, one of the games we did not purchase. And I'm thinking, all right. I know this is a lesson that I've got to do. This is a lesson that I got to do, but we waited in line for 15 minutes. And so I go back in there. I'm like, okay, kids, I got to go back in the store. You know, I turned the car on, locked the doors, and I mean, Hilton was probably
Lock us in the car.
Hilton was the oldest at the time. He was probably 5. No, but they were, you know, they were probably 10 or so. I could see them, and so they were okay. They were okay. They were okay. I could see them. I could see them. You know, they were taking them out gently. They were fine.
By the way, this is like what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It's way different than it used to be, too.
Hey man, you know what's funny is you give details that are like strangely accurate, but like what?
I could see them.
No, he's like, I locked the doors, turned the AC on. I
Yeah.
can see him.
Well,
Younger.
yeah, they were younger, little. They were little. They were little. And then I went back in there to pay for the video game, and the lady looks at me straight up. She looks at me and she goes, "Oh my God, you must be the most honest person I've ever seen." I'm like, well, I mean, you know, because
Well, I mean, yeah, and I get what you're saying too. Is like you had to do that because we were there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like,
well-
period. You know, like we would have done it anyway.
Yeah.
But because you like wanted to show, like, hey, this isn't wrong.
right, it was an example.
See,
And
now I've been on the other end of that. When I was growing up, my dad worked like all day long till night, so he would come home and it would be nighttime. Right. So I'd be with his girlfriend all the time. Well, we had this like store in our neighborhood called Swifties, and it was like all the 25-cent, 5-cent gum things were like level. So I'm like, I don't know, 6. So I don't understand the concept of like, I don't have my own money. I haven't even been introduced money. So I don't know how this works. I'm just like, I like that. Let me hold that. You see it. Obviously, you're going to figure this out. And I'm going to get to leave with it or I'm not. Well, I leave with something, and it's one of those wooden things. It looks like it's in like a ring holder, but it's a shaky spider. It's on a spring, and it's just a spider.
What?
You just open it, and it's like a bug for like kids to just like, it's crazy, right? Well, I have it in my hand like this. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I was not old enough to even understand what stealing was.
Right.
We get in the car, and she's like, "What do you got in your hand?" And I show her, and she goes, "Where did you get that?" And I was like, "Well, dude, we were just in the store." So, like,
Where you
hold on. I'm the kid. No, it's okay. So I get it from in there.
you go.
Pulling from behind my ear.
Yeah.
No, so I show her,
Magic?
and she's like, "Well, we got to go back in there now, don't we?" And I was like, "Okay." Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah. So we go back in.
Did you get another one? We're gonna get another one, right?
Yeah, I was like, cool. We're gonna double up. It's got a friend now. And we go in there, and she's like, "He stole something," and I'm like, "Hey, hey, I don't even know what that word means, but hey,
That
dude."
didn't sound good coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, it sounded like you told on me. You know. And by the reaction of him, yeah, she told on me.
Yeah, no.
Because he wasn't happy. He was like, "Hey, don't do that here. Maybe somewhere else. Don't do it here." So I gave it back to him, and she told my dad when I got home.
Yikes.
I'm like, "Hey, how about like teach me how not to do that."
Yeah.
Or like the concept of money. But nah, dude.
No. Just
She's just
spankings,
like,
huh? Nope, I got you.
Yeah, dude. I was on the other end of that. No nice lesson to be learned there.
Well,
I got grounded.
his brother had a situation like that. We were down in Universal Studios.
Oh, I remember this.
And he wanted a stuffed animal. And we were like, no, you can't have it. No, you can't have it.
It was like
no,
a
you can't.
Grinch, wasn't it?
It was
like
a Grinch
stuffed animal.
It was
yeah.
a Grinch. And we are like, no, you can't have it. And he was in the stroller. And we get out.
AC was on. Doors were locked.
Kids are waving as we were walking in the
I
park.
put the handbrake on the stroller. It wasn't rolling
Not
away.
going anywhere.
No way.
Right.
And it was a 4-wheel drive. All 4-wheel
Oh,
drive.
they were good. So we get out. We're getting, walking around. And we notice him playing with this stuffed animal.
Yeah.
We're like, what the heck?
Yeah, where'd you get that, bud?
Yeah. Well, we knew where he got it. There
Yeah.
wasn't any question of where he got it.
Yeah, he was in the
He goes,
stroller.
Check
just-
this. You want something?
Yeah, he's talking
to
to Harper like, "Do you need something? What's up? I got you right here, dog."
And who was that?
That was
That was
Hayden.
Hayden. That was.
Wow.
That was
No, I just
Hayden.
didn't catch who you said at first. Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't know. Do you remember when Hayden was going through this? Like, it was like 2 years. This 2-year span where Hayden would just always do this thing all the time. It was like a dance, but he would answer questions and go like, "Yep," like to everybody.
I think I did.
For
Everything. It was a
everything,
problem.
dude. He would do it
was a
literally all
problem.
the time, and we were
He'd
like,
probably be in his sleep and just like,
yeah. Hayden did it all the time.
yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, so, you need directions? I got direction for you. It's right down that street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, I want to congratulate you because he turned out okay.
Well, good. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that.
He's super, he retains information really well. I don't know if you're aware, but he recently started jiu-jitsu.
I did.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Picking it up like
Crazy.
it's been with him his whole life.
well, good.
Like, he's doing very, very well. Got an old man back.
Yeah.
So we gotta
Old
figure
man
that
back.
out?
We're trying to figure that out.
You know?
but-
He's got, his back is about as brittle as like Taylor Swift's, okay? Long back, right down to
it's
her
made out
ankles.
of potato chips, you know? It's, yeah. But, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, but
anytime I've ever had injuries, it's because of...
Hey,
Him?
man.
Oh, is he the cause of
Because
it?
Because of what?
of
Say it to him, Mike, bro. It's me?
huh?
I introduced you to the sport. So,
Yeah.
yeah, all of the injuries will be based off of me.
Yeah,
Because
you're right. No, you're right.
I opened the door, you walked through the door.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You were holding the door.
That would be like every cut I experienced cooking is because of you. Yeah, well, because maybe you showed me food.
I don't want you to start.
I'm
Stay
not.
away from it.
You see that
You
microwave
touch
and the
my
air
food,
fryer.
dog. The air fryer.
Those two electronic
air
devices.
fryer.
The air fryer. Those are mine.
The air fryer, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we just started doing that. I'm going to try and compete. Or I'm going to compete.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, next Saturday. My first competition.
Which will actually be like 2 days from now when this drops.
Yeah.
What? For what? Where?
What?
For when? What? How?
Who is it?
WWE?
Yeah. No, it's Southeastern Elite Combat.
Yep.
It's at the fairgrounds. It's at like 10 in the morning, I think is what it's supposed to
So
start.
not this weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah,
Yep.
next Saturday. Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll be
He's going to
that'll be
wreck
the first of the competitions.
You know that's like second to last weekend of hunting season, right? I mean, could you not have picked a better time?
Listen, man.
Could you?
Listen. Yeah, I know.
Have you went hunting yet?
I have
He
not.
hasn't.
I haven't been a single weekend this
What are you
year.
doing this weekend? Ask them for a friend.
Work.
Oh.
It's okay. I'm out of town anyway, so.
Oh,
No,
wow.
it's
So
cool.
what?
No, it's
All right.
fine.
No, I felt like I was setting you up. But I was like,
Yeah,
slam
yeah.
dunk that. And then
Yeah.
he's like, no, I'm also
He's like,
not
actually, you
available."
said next Saturday. Yeah, I'll be going
He
there
goes,
too.
who is this for? Who's asking? He goes, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy.
No, I would love for you to come out. You know that.
Dude, I have actually never hunted in my life. What is it you guys hunt? I can't ask a question and him be looking
Bald
in my
eagles.
eyes.
We hunt bald eagles.
No, do y'all go deer hunting or?
Yes,
Yeah.
deer hunting is what
Oh,
we're
really?
talking about. Right now.
Strictly moose.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I mean,
Like, how
We
do you
hunt-
know a deer is okay to
we
hunt?
hunt-
Like,
okay.
which one? Like, when you see it, how are you like, that's the one?
Well,
Are there things to tell about it?
yeah, like
height?
the antlers
yeah,
usually are
antlers
the
big giveaway.
So it has to have antlers.
not necessarily, but that is one of the things. If you're hunting for a buck, and we have club rules that they have to be a certain size, so they have to have a certain number of points on their
Yeah.
antlers. Then, if they meet those requirements, then you can do it. So, and then we do take does during different times of the season. And
Are
stuff.
there different names for like younger deer?
Well, you have yearlings and you have fawns, which are new ones that have spots, and the yearling is, their first year out, and so you do have different names.
So is a fawn a girl? That sounds like a girl.
No, fawn is just the baby.
it just has spots.
When does it go from a yearling to a fawn to a?
Well, it goes from a fawn to a yearling. To
Fawn
a doe
is like right
buck.
out the gate.
Oh, so
Still got
It's
spots.
spots.
just the air.
It's still got spots.
It's
So,
like springtime, early.
Deers have spots when they're babies.
right in the beginning. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 months or something like that. They
Yeah.
carry spots,
Wow.
and then they change to just a brown,
They
I
use-
don't-
white under.
But Bambi didn't have dots.
Yeah. When
Bambi
he
had
was-
dots?
when he was a baby.
Bambi
he
was
was
a
a-
boy.
Yes,
Is it? I don't know.
Wow, I think Bambi's a girl, dude.
I don't know.
I think Bambi's a boy.
Bambi.
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 I think because at the very end he has antlers.
Well, maybe.
And he had the
nowadays-
girlfriend.
Hey, nowadays, hey, bro,
Well,
Bambi could be
Dude,
whatever.
don't-
Bambi
listen,
wants to
you
be.
don't have a
Becomes
say in this
he-
at all because you didn't know.
You don't know either.
I don't know.
So who are you standing on?
1942 film, Bambi guy? Question
Was
mark?
Bambi originally in color?
No,
Bambi was originally in black and white.
I'm pretty sure.
When did color come around? I think we had this conversation before. Color. When were you born?
Color TV came
He did
around in
have
the
spots on
60s.
him.
Color TV came
that is
around in the early 60s. Now, movies, I don't know. It would have probably been before that, maybe.
What year
But-
were you born?
69.
No way. My dad was born in '69 too.
69.
Y'all were that Dazed and Confused buns.
69. So, but anyway, so yeah. Did you find out if Bambi was a boy or girl?
There is a male.
Yeah,
And he did have spots.
he becomes like the stud of the forest after he grows up.
So deers go from fawn to studs.
No, they go from fawns to yearlings, and then they will once that
have
happens.
to
But
explain it.
they'll be, you will after that first year, you can tell whether it's a buck or a doe based on whether it's got antlers or not.
Will a boy ever not have antlers? Like if
When they're
there'll
young.
be like a freak accident. Or
Well,
like,
and there can be does that have antlers. I mean, there's always freak things in nature that happen.
Wow.
So there's been does that have antlers that you shoot and they're like, "Where's its pecker?"
Yeah.
what's the biggest deer that's ever been shot?
Oh,
Like on record.
God.
Is there a record of deers?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
couldn't
we're
tell you.
talking
Like 15 feet? What? I don't know. How do they measure deer?
points or what they made.
It's like
And then there's a
15 feet
score. And then there's a scoring system that they use, and they basically measure the antlers, and they add
Like
up
width
the
and
inches.
height?
Like the girth.
Yeah,
and all
the
of
antlers,
them. Yeah.
and they measure. But it's like you start hearing scores of like, 240, and there may be one of like 300, like 300 inches.
Yeah, we
I mean,
get
we're
like
talking-
basically the further
Like a square foot.
like north, when you start getting into like the Georgia and Kansas and stuff like that, their deer get really, really big up there.
So are there hybrids of like deer and elk, or do like species like that don't
There are.
intermingle?
There's like whitetail. There's whitetail that we have pretty much in the southeast. Then when you go out west, and there may be some up north, but I think mainly out west, you have mule deer. And then they have their antlers grow a little differently. Like a mule deer has a fork. Like they all fork like this, where whitetail grow like this.
One, yeah, it's like one, and then they pop off this main antler or whatever.
But
mule deer will
be
split.
like
They'll split, yeah.
have two here,
Yeah.
but they'll be forked off.
And then there's
that's
blacktail in the northwest, right? Or more
yeah,
north.
but I don't know.
I don't know where those come from, but
I just think of when I look at like hunting out in Montana and out that way, they talk
Yeah.
about mule deer and stuff.
Yeah, you told me y'all went to Montana as like yearly trips. Was that?
yeah, we used
Or
to go.
bi-yearly?
We used to go twice a year back in the day.
So
like when
would
it
you
was,
hunt while you were up there, or was it just like a
We've never
vacation?
hunted out there. We never hunted. It's
You
expensive.
only hunted here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that was like at some point that we're gonna
dude,
have
y'all,
to
yeah,
do.
y'all should do
At
that.
some point,
I'll
we're
go
gonna
with
have
you
to
and
do
just
it.
watch.
At some point,
I'm
we're
not
gonna
gonna
have
You'll
shoot
film.
nothing.
You'll film.
Yeah.
You'll
I'm not
film.
gonna film
Are you
nothing.
just gonna give us?
I'm-
I
Are
ain't
you
no
just
smut film, bro?
Did you see how long it took for him?
Hey,
Did you
man.
see how long?
figure
it
out?
took for him
Just figure how the camera works.
how it spun? Yeah.
Look,
don't
I
want
can
him-
just spin it.
You don't want him
You
filming
didn't even know
nothing,
the
dude.
camera could turn.
I did, but you don't want it to just fall off the tripod.
It's not
bro.
gonna fall off.
Of course,
It's screwed in.
but the good thing is we don't have any quakes.
Yeah, we are not
we-
quakes.
we not
We are
quakes.
not
Not quakes.
earthquake here.
Yeah.
We are not earthquake.
I think you forgot the Earth though. It was just quakes.
Yeah. Did I say quakes?
We don't have
Yeah,
quakes.
so we are not quakes.
We're not quakes.
We're not quakes.
We're not quakes.
Well,
no fucking quake and bake.
Yeah,
No,
but
no.
we at some point we're gonna have to go up there. And do
I wanted to do it for my 50th birthday.
Yeah.
I turned 50, and then my brother would have turned 55, and I wanted to go out and do it for that, but wasn't able to. But we'll do it. Maybe my 55th birthday. I'd like to take the boys.
That'll be such a cool
It'd be
trip,
fun.
dude. Yeah, for a long
Y'all
time.
gotta do
that
like
was
a
our-
Yellowstone scene. Just fucking, fucking riding out.
Yeah, dude. When we went up there for the summer, we do all that, like ride horses, go fly fishing, hiking, like.
Do y'all
the whole
have like
nine.
a set location y'all go to, or is it family members up there? Like, who are y'all going to?
Well, my
ahead.
family, my parents have a condo in Montana, so we would go stay there, and and do things around. It's in Big Sky area, so we would do things on the mountain, and then do things in Yellowstone, and then fish, fly fish, horseback
Weren't
ride.
too good at the whole fishing thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, wait a minute. Some of us weren't as good as others.
Dude. Listen,
Hey, you
I
can't
never
call somebody out if
no,
you're not even as good
listen.
as the person you
Hey,
called out.
Listen,
I'm not. I never had an issue
as
catching
a group,
fish.
we were not good.
We were not as a
We were
group,
not
that's for
good.
sure.
Was it a competition thing? Y'all were grouping with
I mean,
another.
of course
Are we
it is a
male? Are we
competition.
male?
Oh, I'm
Of
sorry.
course
You
it's
said
a
as a group.
competition.
I thought you meant like y'all were fishing against
No, as a
another
family.
group.
No, just our
I
family.
mean,
Within
there
our family.
was there was some family.
Be honest, Pony Up. Who is the man?
I don't know that he ever
Not of
landed
y'all two,
one.
but like of the
I
group.
did. I did.
I caught the most.
He did. He definitely caught the most.
Yeah, but isn't
But-
it the size of the?
I mean, let me be honest.
Well,
with you.
let
The
me
ones
say
I
this.
landed were like that big.
Yeah,
But
let's.
mine were dinks, dude.
Yeah, I don't know that he ever landed one that I saw.
Dude.
I saw him get one. I saw him get one close to the shore, and then it came off, and he's like,
It counts.
"Dang it!"
It counts.
You know what it might have been? He was like, "I'm gonna look out for my old man. I'm gonna
Yeah.
catch this and just throw it back."
Well,
I didn't
you
even
know.
say nothing.
Oh
he
no!
didn't say nothing.
No!
I know.
No! Hilton loves to fish, so he would get so disappointed because we'd catch something. Harper and I'd catch something, and he'd be like, "I can't get anything." He's back there,
He's like, "I already caught that one."
yeah.
No, I already caught that one.
Yeah.
And it,
That was my fish.
if growing up saltwater fishing, fly fishing is a lot of work because saltwater
constant.
fishing you can kind of throw out, let the fish do its thing, or troll or whatever. Where
I've
fly
seen
fishing,
people fly fish training, just
Yeah.
whipping it just for like
Dude, it's like,
sets.
yeah, it's always something. You're always doing something,
Yeah.
which is fun. You know, it's kind of like bass fishing in that way, where it's like you're constantly, doing something. But I don't know, man. I'd take saltwater fishing over fly fishing for sure.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to see more people fly fishing in saltwater, like kind of up northeast. They do a lot of like striped bass fishing and stuff like that.
Is there a reason you wouldn't already? I don't know the point of fly fishing. Like, what is the?
it's the bait.
opposed to,
It's the lure that you use, and usually is more on the water, floats on the water as opposed to getting under the water.
Okay, is that supposed to like mimic like crickets or like spiders?
Just like bugs and stuff.
Bugs,
yeah,
yeah.
different kind of flies and stuff.
Dude, it blew my mind the first time I ever saw that spiders can just be on water. And I saw a video of it happening, and I was like, "Oh, he different."
Yeah.
Because that's not how spiders
scary,
work.
dude.
And no, that's how do they not just? They don't weigh enough to break the water?
Well, yeah, probably, and they probably have enough,
Repellent
just
or whatever?
enough
area.
legs to displace enough to keep them up.
See, now I've tried this technique of the like. I just.
Oh my God!
I
What
just
technique is that?
Just
What did you
going real wide like the spider. I saw it and I was like, let me try
make
this.
yourself spider-like?
It's
And I didn't. Not even
stay
for a
up
second.
You just drowned.
just went.
You were kind of like the rock that just went down.
Dude, and people say you float. I don't know what that's about. Like, I take in a lot of salt, but I couldn't float for shit.
You
Just
can't
like in
float
I've had
a
people
little
hold
bit.
me and then just try to slowly let go of me, and I just go with their hands.
You can't float at all.
I'm heavy metal.
Man, it doesn't matter. You still have some buoyancy. Just,
Yeah, well,
but
it's-
just by the
It's
the
all in
amount
my
of
head,
water,
dude.
the
My
amount of the
ass
water,
sinks.
by the amount of water you have in your body, you got some buoyancy.
Maybe I'm not watery enough.
Yeah,
Not wet enough on the inside.
Just just don't keep your face in the water while you're trying to do that.
Face up is usually the good.
Good
the
move.
good way.
I did it, and like the only thing, and it's breaking the side of my mouth, so it's like,
You
I
know,
feel like your neck is
hey,
out like this.
so
Yeah.
this is what we teach the kids. Chest up to the sky, chin up to the sky. If you hold your chest up and chin up, you'll at least your head will stay out of the water.
yeah, no, I do the thing where like this part of my body, and my body, it's almost like I'm standing there. I'm just like,
You should see Cody in a public pool. It's entertaining. Cody goes to
Is like-
UWF
is he
and people
okay?
think he's dead.
is he okay? No, that's his technique. He's practicing right now.
He's practicing his floating technique. Well, why
It
is
looks
his
like a
head
ball.
on? Why is he gurgling underwater?
Standing up.
No, he's bouncing off the
That's
bottom.
not how you tread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah, how did you teach them how to swim? Like, how do you even teach a child how to swim?
Well, we paid
You just throw 'em
somebody.
in?
We paid somebody to do it. My mom gave all because my folks had a pool, so my mom gave all the grandkids swim lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So all the grandkids had swim lessons about 3-4 years old.
What even is the lesson, though?
Just
Well,
stay
they
in
say-
and hope. Yeah.
Start moving.
Yeah. I
Or
mean,
you're
there's a
gonna
lot
stop
of
moving.
like, like pool
Oh.
floaties, and then like, all right, I'm gonna
Right.
let you go, and then like, and okay, let's take the floaties off, and
You know,
You know.
show them what they're trying to do and why. And they teach them to float. First thing is what they teach them is that no matter what happens, no matter how much trouble you get into, roll over on your back, chest up, chin up to the sky, and you won't be in. At least you're okay.
good.
I've seen the same technique used with bears, and it's not effective either.
Chest up, chin up.
Yeah, you just belly up.
Yeah, just
Chest up,
look lifeless, and they won't mess with you.
Well,
I-
it
see, I
depends
use
on
my
the bear.
water
It depends on the
technique.
bear, though.
My water technique works great with bears because they're like, he's already in enough trouble. We don't need to be messing with him. Just move it on. Yeah.
Well, dude, that's why you always want to hike with people that are slower than you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, straight up.
Bad
Because you
backs.
don't
Bad
you don't have to beat the bear. You just have to beat the next person.
See, then I
the
can't hike.
slowest guy.
I gotta hike with somebody that I'm like not so into. Because I'm like, that's a cool story. I'm gonna walk ahead
Yeah.
just in case. They're like, in case what? And I'm like, huh? I didn't hear you.
No, you're good.
Could barely hear you back there.
But out in Montana and stuff, they have. It depends on the bear as to what you do. So if it's a grizzly, you play dead. If it's a black bear, you get as big as you can.
Which for me is really easy.
So you lift
They
hands
feel
up.
you from miles away and then just start walking the other way. They're like, I ain't even fun.
Exactly. Dude, do you remember like one of the first hikes we were going on, we were testing bear spray. And Docky and I were out on the do you remember this? Docky and I were out on the balcony.
Hold on.
Yep.
Who's Docky?
That's my grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah. We were
Why
out-
why Docky? What is that?
He's a doctor.
Oh, okay.
When we were kids, it was just
I
we
thought
called
maybe
him
he had
Docky.
like a thing for building docks, and I was like,
No. So we always called him Docky, and we called my grandma Honey. Because
That's
when
sick.
because
Honey
like,
is a good
but that was
name.
because whenever she didn't want to be called grandma because she was younger.
She was like 37 when
Yeah,
she became a grandma. So she was
So
like,
she
I'm
didn't
not going to
wanna
be called grandma.
Yeah. So we've always called her Honey, but Docky and I were out on the balcony and we were testing bear spray, and we go and we point it down or whatever and shoot it, and I guess there was some kind of turbulent wind or whatever, blew it straight back into our face. And so Docky and I run in, and we're both like, "Oh my gosh, dude!" It was the worst. I mean, we're crying, our nose is running, like hawking stuff up, and
you were just
and I was
testing
like,
it?
yeah, and
It's
it was
a
just
container. It's
Yeah.
a container like this big.
yeah, and it's just and we were just like a
It's
real
like a
quick
big mace can.
But
like
like
a real
for
quick-
fun, you were testing it
to make sure they work in case whenever we're
In case we get a
hiking.
bear.
Yeah.
So these were not new or something.
No.
Yeah, if you don't use it, you keep them around. You
You
know.
lose it.
Well, no, we kept ours.
Okay.
But dude, that was so, and like I was like, I don't know, 14 maybe 13, and Docky was like 70 at that time or something. I don't even know. So
Y'all are actually running all over the yard, and they're like, "What's going on outside?"
yeah.
Oh, they're
that
testing
was-
the bear spray.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, they're playing tag now. That's cute. Yeah.
With the bear spray.
So
That's
yeah.
wild.
So yeah, when we go hike, you got to have bear spray, and then you wear bells because you don't want to spook a bear.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This wearing a bell is one of the most.
Yeah,
we gave those to the girls. Here, y'all wear the bell.
It was one of those things where it's like, all right, everyone, put your bell on. Tink, 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 tink. You know, like as you're walking down the thing, it was.
Why wouldn't you just wear like light up Skechers that made noise? Okay, this idea is falling flat.
Do they make
that
Skechers?
didn't land.
But wouldn't it work like light up Skechers that made noise?
Do they make noise?
Yeah, they do.
No, not like.
No. Like they have children's shoes that make noise, like audible noises that are built into the shoe.
Why would you buy children's shoes that make noise?
Dude, I was just at the Party City buying these balloons, and they had the chicken toys for like you put your hand in the pit and you go all the way down. And I was like, Yeah. I had a kid in there just squeeze. Like, first off, why is it in Party City? I don't understand. Like, it's primarily a dog toy, no?
I don't know where it's
I thought it was a dog toy. Because it's not like a hunting toy or anything. Mm-hmm. And he's just squeezing. And the lady's like, come on, we gotta go. People are gonna start hating us. Hey, I already hate you, lady. Like, you ain't gotta go nowhere.
You walked in.
You got it.
You walked in with light up Skechers that make noise, and now you're smacking a chicken.
Yeah, so what do the Skechers sound like when they're making noise?
Well, I mean, it depends on. Some of them are character based, like Dora the Explorer, or SpongeBob.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not, dude. You can look this up.
Oh god.
So what is it saying? Like Dora the Explorer? What is it saying?
Let's explore. I got a map.
Do you have a pair of these?
No.
You have a pair of them.
They don't make them on the side.
Oh, you've checked?
I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
I've heard.
Oh my
They
goodness.
don't make them in my size.
Yeah, why
I took
would...
the word.
I mean...
I took their word.
They're like, for sure don't look it up?
yeah. Wow, I found them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yeah,
dude, parents don't want it that kind of
I remember
noise.
how, back in the day... You remember when Heelys first started getting crazy? And we, like, a bunch of people at church got them?
Mm-hmm.
And
what age are you talking about? Because they had a second boom.
It was the first
recently
boom.
they've had a second
first boom.
The
The first one was like when you were young.
Like 7 or 8, maybe?
Yeah.
But, like, I remember wanting Heelys so bad. And you guys were like, no, dude. I remember getting so upset. And I respect you so much for telling me no then. Because if I had been one of those Heely kids...
You would have been obnoxious.
So obnoxious.
I think you would be on
so obnoxious.
A lot of Adderall now and like
it'd been real
having a gaming problem and like just
Blue
Doritos and like just
Dorito crush on the side of your mouth.
They're like, "Are you coming
Flamin'
over
Hot
for
Cheetos?
Thanksgiving? I gotta finish this game. Give me a sec."
Yeah, Heelys just had a second pop though, I think, didn't they?
Yeah,
like within the last. I think when gas prices started getting high,
Heelys had a pop the same time those clip-on tails to the back of your shirts had a pop. The whole like furry vibe. Do you know what a furry is?
Yeah.
Oh, the clip-on tail.
Do you remember? There was somebody that we knew that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, I remember that.
That was. Yeah. No, that was pretty interesting. It was weird because like I had known this person. Way before,
didn't know them at all.
Well, no, I thought I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, and then I hadn't seen them for a while, and then I was in school, and they had transformed into that.
And you're like, "Hey, Anthony, you can't be wearing stuff like that around here, man.
What is going on?" And I remember the first thing coming home and being like, "Dude, I got a story for you."
Hey, can you sit down with me for a second? Let me tell you something.
There were a few people like that. Yeah. You could have told me stories of, but. Yeah.
What is your clip-on tail of your time? What was the Heelys of your time? Like the thing that you were like, wow, I barely avoided that.
Folding cigarettes.
Bazooka Joe gum.
Folding cigarettes.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think about
leather
that because I
did you rock a leather jacket?
Ooh, did you do the bob like the Patty the Batty bob? Yes,
you did.
Where your hair came down and it just bobbed. It
was all the same right here.
Well, that was more of. I was young. It was more of a bowl cut, what we called it.
Yep.
And then we had like when I was in high school, feathered hair was parting down the middle.
So you had this haircut.
No, I never had that kind.
I saw hesitation. Now, don't be honest.
I don't know, dude.
You're on the record right now. This is
No. As like 6 or 7, but it wasn't more. It was more of a grandmother cut than it was.
I mean, this is you
style that
This is after he got the haircut. He was stoked.
Woo!
He's leaving the barber shop right now.
Yeah. Also, like, since you grew up in the 70s, even though you weren't a teenager, how realistic is that 70s show?
I've never really watched the 70s.
Really?
Show. Yeah.
He's like, I had enough of that back then.
Yeah, I never really watched the 70s.
You know, they
show.
did a sequel to that 70s show called That 80s Show, and it fell flat. It was Dennis from Always Sunny. He was Eric Foreman. Like, he was like that of the show. It wasn't the same characters, but they tried to do it, and it fell like, I think, half a season or a full season, and then they just called it quits. Yeah. But it's like, that 70s show was just a different vibe. It was like...
well, it's probably the cast. I mean, you had...
Also, everybody succeeded from that show.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, all the characters, even some of the side characters, like the B role, like, they succeeded. Yeah. Like, Seth Meyers' brother was on it. And that was, like, I mean, the peak of his career. But
Still succeeded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so what was your... Did you ever rock a leather jacket?
Yeah.
Did you rock a leather jacket?
Did you ever have
that
to
was a little
oil
bit,
your jacket in the kitchen?
No, that was a little bit before my time. That was like 50s,
okay, because your
60s
son
kinda.
oils his jacket in the kitchen.
Yeah.
With
My leather
like
jacket.
cooking
Leather.
oil?
No,
No,
with leather
conditioner.
jacket
Leather
oil.
conditioner. I just rub olive oil on my jacket.
Now, I found this...
I shouldn't say that. We did have like in the 80s, we wore like bomber jackets, you know, that kind of stuff.
Like members only?
I had a members only.
Members only is fire, and you're sleeping on the brand if you don't know what I'm talking about.
I had a members only jacket.
I had
absolutely.
5.
But we had like
5 in middle school.
But we had like bomber jackets, like, you know, like the leather jackets that pilots would wear, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of
well,
in
he's got a leather bomber look-alike without the fluff here. Like,
well,
not
it didn't
the
have
Top Pilot or whatever the movie is you like so much.
Top
Gun.
Gun. See, even he
Same
knows,
movie.
dude. How many times
Top
I
Pilot,
watched
bro.
that movie?
America's Next Top Pilot. That's not the show. I've seen it, dude.
It's them going down the runway.
Really? Is
No,
there?
it is.
Yeah.
It's the runway show.
Yeah.
Do they
Tom
have?
Cruise hosts it.
They take
as
off.
Maverick.
No, they don't.
Down the strip.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Season 2, they left the
yeah.
airport and they went
Yeah.
onto the
The blonde,
Next season, they actually take off.
yeah.
What?
Nobody's left the runway yet.
no.
You got in okay. But no, we had those kind of leather jackets.
Word. But there wasn't like a big, like, you didn't do the Elvis hair or something.
What about shoulder pads?
Chicks wore shoulder pads.
shoulder pads were
shoulder
girls.
pads.
What are you talking about?
Chicks wore shoulder pads
You
in
knew
their
guys that wore
clothes.
shoulder pads?
Chicks wore shoulder
I
pads.
thought dudes wore them too, though. Huh?
What?
There may have been like some punk kind of.
Yeah, but it would be built into
styles.
something. It's not something you added.
Yeah, they all. But their shoulder pads
time
are
do
coming
you
back
come
now
from?
Yeah.
in girls' clothes.
Dude, I'm asking questions, bro.
Yeah, but where did you even get that reference? Like, there would be shoulder pads in guys' clothing. There's never in history.
Well, they're
Unless
all.
it's like
they
their
wore shoulder
world.
pads. Michael
But
Jackson wore
like-
shoulder pads.
yeah,
No,
like
yeah,
some
boy,
more
come
punk
on.
kind of
But
stuff.
like, if you
had
think
it.
about like the big icons around that time were wearing dudes were wearing shoulder pads.
Name one more other than them two.
Hey man, I gave you 2.
Okay.
2
You
is
said
good.
all the icons. There's
But, like,
Elton
the
John was
biggest-
from that time.
He probably had
Elton
shoulder
John
pads
wore
somewhere.
Shoulder pads.
He wore some
Hey,
crazy
you played
get-ups.
yourself.
Hey,
Did you need one more?
I'm
No.
sure. I mean, I'm trying to think.
That was
Billy
3.
Joel, did he wear them? Was
Probably
he from
not.
the
Probably
70s,
not.
80s?
Yes.
George Michaels.
Well, no, all these people we're talking about really popped
George
in
Michaels
the 80s.
was more of leather jacket. He's more in the leather.
Wow.
He was more in the leather, I think.
What about leather pants? You ever do that?
Never.
Never made that mistake.
Uncle Jimmy did that,
I don't know if Uncle Jimmy did or not.
Hey, how do those work anyway? You know?
I don't know.
Like, how do you put them on? And then how do you take them off?
yeah,
Okay. Because wouldn't you always have to be lathered up in baby powder? Like, how do you get in and out?
Dude,
No,
you know, every time
no.
I think about leather
I think
pants,
I think of
I think
Friends.
of the Friends
Yes.
episode.
every time.
I
think
can't
of
get
that.
them
He's
It's
like,
made some sort of yeah.
Paste. I've got some kind of paste now. Oh, that's not good. What color is it? It's why. Why? I just want to know what color it was. That was.
So leather pants were never.
No, I never had a pair of leather pants.
You never got your ears pierced, huh?
Nope.
Never?
See, when I was growing up, guys, if they got their ears pierced, they got one ear pierced.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You didn't do both.
You were letting.
It was just.
Yeah, and it depended on the ear, right? If you
Depended
did
on
like
the
your
ear.
left, it was like, I need
Yeah.
another. Left
I don't
ear
know.
guy.
I don't know what the Jimmy, my brother, had an earring.
No, the left one is.
I don't know which one is which.
This one is
I never went either way. So, and I never. Anyways, my brother had one. And I thought that was the one time I thought my dad was going to kill my brother. When my dad saw my brother had an earring, I mean, literally, we were at the dinner table, and my dad sat at one end, my brother Jimmy sat at the other end, and me and my stepbrothers and sisters sat in the middle part of the table. And my brother had a lot of hair, and it covered his ears most of the time, but he moved, and my dad caught a glimpse of, like the diamond stud or whatever that he probably stole from my mom. And I thought my dad was going to just jump on the table to get a hold of him.
How long did he have that in?
Oh, hey, Jimmy had it forever. I mean,
really?
he had it a long time. He had a long
So
time.
at one point, his dad was just like, all right.
Well, I mean, it was just, I'm sure my dad said a few choice words as he was doing it that I won't repeat, but, yeah, he
said no repeatedly. No.
but, and then my mom's like, I never thought with two boys that I'd have to worry about losing my earrings to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just constantly roast them.
So,
And you can roast kids, dude. It's so easy to roast kids. They don't know whether the joke is good or bad.
Yeah.
They're just like,
It hurts either way, though.
yeah, you could be like, that arm's short. And he's like,
oh, you could
Whoa.
grab it if your arm was longer, right?
yeah, whoa, my arm's short. Yeah, that's wild.
So, but no, that was about the biggest thing in our family.
What was the craziest thing you remember about the 70s? Because you were like early 10. Well, you were 11 by the end of the 70s? You said you're 69?
Yeah.
Do
So
you even remember the 70s that much?
I do. Some of the biggest things I do remember in the 70s was I remember 1976, which was our bicentennial. I remember that being just a big deal.
Yeah.
In the country. I remember when Carter got elected. I remember when Elvis died. I don't remember any of the Nixon kind of stuff. I mean, I was probably 3 or 4 at the time, but I do remember Carter getting elected, and Ford leaving office. I remember that stuff. But that's really about the only things I remember truly in the 70s as far as events and, other than just day-to-day kind of stuff.
What was your favorite decade?
Well, I mean, I grew up in the 80s, really, because that was my time. So, I mean, I'm pretty partial to that. I mean, that's, I think that's everybody. When you're kind of in that teenage years, when you're forming and when you're, getting the freedom and your parents are letting you go out and you're driving and all that. I mean, that's really when most people romance about that part of their life because they were able to do things and you didn't have any commitments and you were, the days of getting out of school and going to the beach or, summertime hanging out at the beach all day. And, that was just the way it was. And, we would head out to the beach and be out there during the week. And I worked every weekend. So, I was out there during the week, and we had certain places that we hung out, and it was, of course, we didn't have cell phones, so everything was, hey, we're going to the beach, and it was more word of mouth than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like a phone tree. I don't know if y'all know what that kind of is. One person calls 3 people and kind of deal, and you did that.
Yeah.
And I had a group of probably 5, 6 guys that I was really close to, and we did, a bunch of things together. I'm still friends with several of them. And, so that's really...
I feel like that's changed.
Yeah.
Like... you in
crew.
20 years.
Yeah.
Well, you're a little different. You're kind of more like him than like most people are. I mean, like quality. You create quality bonds with people. You don't create like throwaway relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you and Anthony, lifelong.
Yeah, I think
Friends for life, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You have a few friends like that. But a lot of the people I know, like, I've only known for like, I mean, I've known you since 2016 or 14 or something like that.
15, but yeah. I
15.
think it's 15.
So it's like all my friends now, like I've known Kitty since 2012.
Yeah.
But like that's the furthest back friend that I have, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody that I went to school with was kind of like shady or like flaky, it felt like, or moved away or like whatever it was. But I didn't get close to a lot of people in high school. Like my peak years, in my opinion, were like 9 to 12. Like
Grade or age?
age.
Just checking.
Well,
But it was like 9 to 12 because like wrestling was booming. I just found skateboarding. I was in the phase of like you literally have no responsibilities, but like you got to do the dishes every once in a while. Like Fear Factor was popping, like, or maybe that might have been a little bit before Fear Factor. But it was like TV. I felt like was booming, and like that's all I really had because like I was in Jacksonville and we were in the boonies. Like nobody was around.
Oh, really?
And I could only skateboard on the pad that the car was parked on, so I would have to wait till somebody left to skateboard.
yeah.
Don't you have to go to the store?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
do y'all want to just get out of here?
Yeah. I got the house if you guys just want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can you leave the matches, please, before you leave?
Any sharp knives, just let me know.
It's a little cold out, but you know.
Yeah. But it was like, I remember that being like, I'm going to stay up. And like, I used to have to wait till they would go to bed and I'd turn the TV off. And then I'd just wait like 5 minutes. And then I'd turn the TV on, no volume. But you could see the flash underneath the door.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would just be like, what? I'm not even making noise, dude. Like that. What?
You're good. What?
They're like, but you're not going to get any sleep. And I'm like, The Rock. It's fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
Also, what am I doing tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would be going to school. It's the beginning of the week. Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, there's Thunder, and then there's, like, Raw. There's SmackDown. There's so many shows. But, like, I mean, there's weekend shows, too. You got, like, Saturday Night Fever.
He's a big wrestling guy.
I mean, there's so much going. Did you not ever get into wrestling?
I did. Absolutely, I did.
What was the thing that got you? Like, what was the promotion? Was it, like, NWA or WWF?
No, I don't remember what. I mean, when I was younger, you had
what
like
year?
regional. You had
Yeah,
regional stuff. So you had stuff out of Atlanta. You had stuff out of Memphis. Those were the big wrestling things for us when I was growing up. And Pensacola Beach, when I was high school and younger, a lot of the wrestlers would come to Pensacola Beach.
Yeah.
So it was not uncommon to be out by the not by the boardwalk, but where where
Crabs.
Salt Shaker?
Crabs is and all that stuff.
Say salt.
There used to be
Isn't there Salt Shaker?
sand shaker.
Whatever.
So there
Where does
used
Salt
to
Shaker
be
at?
Hey, have you tasted sand? Pretty salty.
All right.
but there used to that by the pier and stuff. They would hang out there all the time.
Now
And you would
see.
see stuff all the time there, wrestlers.
I have a group photo of me and my family in our living room with Hulk Hogan. And nobody believes this is true.
Well,
then I had my
now
sister on the
let's-
podcast, and she doubled down on it.
Okay, now let's be
So
honest.
she says it's not true.
No,
or
she says it is.
Let's
okay.
go back.
She's like, yeah, I've seen the photo.
Let's go back
why don't
to
you have a
just
photo?
said you have the photo, right?
I don't carry
Where
photos.
is
My
it?
dad has it.
Cool.
So there's
now,
a family
now, were we just recently at your father's house?
I mean, it's possible.
Now,
Okay,
did
is that
we
when y'all went to
see-
go see the concert?
Well,
Oh, by the way, I've got some concert tickets.
Well,
Let him
so now, did we, when we were there,
Yeah.
in the place where this photo apparently says to be held,
Could be. Possibly. Did
so
we
so
see
now
it, though?
let's go back then. So you said your father has the photo.
Should
huh?
have it.
Oh,
Did
is
I
that what
say?
you said?
Y'all
I
are
don't
putting
think.
a lot
I
of
don't
things
think.
on it.
that's
Yeah,
what
I
he
don't
said,
think that's
is
what
it?
he said.
I gotta.
No, so
I don't think that's what he
Yeah.
said.
yeah, man. Once I see this photo, I honestly think it was just like some really tall dude with blonde hair.
I mean, that is what Hulk Hogan is.
Yep, but I don't think it was Hulk Hogan.
Prove it.
Was it like
You
your
prove it,
Was
bro.
it like your birthday and they like
No,
hey,
no.
hey,
Dress
hey
up Hulk Hogan
Logan,
guy.
Hey, you look like you
They
could
found
do.
a dude at like the Piggly Wiggly, and we're like, "Hey, man, I'll give you $25 if you come to my house."
My uncle was like, Jones's Swamp. Do you remember that time frame?
What is that? Is that
Jones's Swamp was like when people would like it's a power line stretch off of Blue Angel. I say off of Blue Angel because it's not like public. It's called Jones's Swamp because I think the person that owns the property's name is Jones.
Okay.
But it was like people made ruts out by the power lines. Like I assume it started originally
like mud
from,
bogging, like running
exactly.
four wheelers
so it was
and
like
off road stuff.
off-road, like outcast people doing this. So like,
Okay.
my uncle was called like Mr. Zip or Boo Boo or like whatever you knew him by. There's so many different names for him. I don't know why, but whatever. He knew like Tim the Toolman Taylor, which was this dude that would build Toyotas on like 40s or 50s.
Okay.
Right? So they knew him somehow through the mudding scene, and we had a family cookout with all the mudding people. Hulk Hogan came.
Hulk Hogan's a big mudder, huh? Big mud guy.
Big Mudder something. But yeah, I mean, he came. There's photos taken, at least one. Okay.
Have we asked the uncle or dad about this famous photo?
He just died. Like a month ago or something. So
Yeah.
he's not on the record. So I will say it's true.
Okay.
Have you asked your dad about it?
Yes.
And he says,
He doesn't like when I talk to him. Okay.
especially when
Take
you
it back
keep,
home.
you keep asking about this damn
He's like, you
photo.
keep asking about this Hulk Hogan
He's like,
thing.
you
Man,
asked-
let it go.
Yeah.
You got to stop
You
living
text
in the
me
past.
every
I
day
don't
for a
have
year
this
and a half.
picture. Would you stop?
Yeah.
You text
But
me
yeah,
every-
I absolutely believe it to be true.
And
With
that's-
all your
seen it with
being,
my
with all your
own-
being.
And
Yes.
that's
And
fine.
I've seen it
that's
with my
fine.
own eyes. And whether or not it's true is not the point.
So how old were you when this photo was taken?
He was
Oh,
18.
how old I
He
was?
was 18.
This was 4 years ago.
No, I may have not been alive.
Oh,
Yeah, so
wow.
I don't know that I was there to see it.
Okay.
If anything, I might have been a baby. Like, when you saw me in the yard with the things and I was flexing,
Yeah.
maybe that it was in that ballpark.
You wouldn't have
time.
known
Okay.
necessarily who
No.
it was, other than
Yeah.
there's this big guy with
Yeah.
Dude, I would
beach
have
blonde hair.
just been like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Or pick me up.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
knew.
Would've been that.
I'm saying I've seen the photo. I didn't meet him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
This
may
was
not
when he
even be
was-
your family that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, dude, good point. They could have just bought the photo.
It could
No,
be
everybody
somebody's
was there, bro.
It could be
Everybody
somebody's
thought about it.
family.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it.
No, he was there, yeah.
Okay, cool, man.
And
There was a
what's
ring
that?
around
What's that country
me.
song? That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. There was like this square. There was like bands
Yeah, that
around the
was-
square. It was weird.
Some girl holding up a number.
Dude,
No.
and then I grew up across the street from Bobby Giovanni, which is a wrestler. He was like part of the Four Horsemen of the local area, not like the Four Horsemen, like Ric Flair and all them, not them. And I just bring that to you so you can stare at me. Not that was,
cool, man.
but he had a real full size wrestling ring in his backyard, and like I had no idea that wrestling rings were hard. Because you see people bouncing around. I thought it was like
A mat. Yeah.
I thought it like, and this was way before I knew what jiu-jitsu
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
thought it was like that.
Yeah.
So when they slam, I know it makes a noise, but I thought it was super thick pad and then
They had, like,
wood
a
that
spring or
clamps
something under
together.
it, yeah.
So I thought maybe it floated, and when they slam, the wood hits the wood and it makes noise, but they slam on the pad. Nah, bro.
So
That
you got
is-
to go over and like fuck around in the cage.
Yeah, dude. They
that's
had like pro practice over there. It was outside, and they would like throw a tarp over or whatever. But we could play on it. We're little.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
wow,
we're not
that's
getting
pretty
hurt.
cool.
We're like your size. You know what I'm saying?
That was pretty cool.
6'2".
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was growing up, wrestling was definitely more regional.
Yeah.
I mean, you had channels that Saturday afternoon it would be, and I can't even remember what they were at the time.
Like Saturday Night Main Event would be a name of one.
But it was always during the day. It
Yeah.
was always afternoon kind of stuff, and
God,
you
that
know,
is so cool to watch.
but you had more like even Pensacola. Like my dad used to film wrestling downtown at the old Bayfront Auditorium. They would have wrestling
sick.
once a week or whatever. Down
And that
there.
building
Where was
doesn't
that
even
at?
exist anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say where
because
was that?
you've seen they've remodeled the whole park.
Well, no, this is what park are you talking about?
Bayview
No,
or Bayfront?
no. You know where?
You know what I'm talking about? They just redid
Palafox Pier.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's
never
where
mind.
Bayfront
Gosh.
was. Is down on Palafox Pier.
Oh,
What y'all know as Palafox Pier. That was
Okay.
Bayfront Auditorium. Was there at the end.
Okay.
It's a semi-round
what?
building, and
Dude, they should do that again.
Yeah,
but
that'd be
they did
sick.
that
Right
like
on the water?
WEAR
What?
would broadcast in the afternoon, on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon or whatever, and my dad would do some of the filming for that. But that was like 60s.
Did you get to meet any wrestlers and people not believe you?
No, it was no. We never had any pictures, and I didn't even see any, and don't claim to have any pictures of them.
Wow. So is that a
Thank you
shot?
for being honest. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
No, I'm just getting the record straight that I do not have any that I'm aware of. I could be in a picture with a wrestler. I don't know.
I hope
Because
that
I could
one
have
day-
been like very young and didn't know it.
So old is. No, I so wish that like Uncle Jimmy would have been on, and then he would have been like, no, yeah, we met some people. You know Ric Flair?
Just
yeah, we
constant.
met some people, bro.
Constant.
He just kept giving you things. You're like, we met him for real, and he's like, I
that's
got pictures at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's too funny.
Well, so
Ric Flair, what was his?
Woo-hoo.
yeah, Nature Boy.
I'm trying to think. Anyways, like those guys were around when I was younger. I mean, because
Yeah, but
he's
they
been
were still
around.
regional.
They were wrestling out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were. I think he's got a couple brothers, and they were supposedly like your mom. Grew up around the area where they lived, and they were notorious. They would have major parties and get into it and all that kind of stuff. So, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I grew up and knew a girl that I went to school with. I think she ended up marrying him for a few years. And they're
Ric Flair?
I think so.
Wow.
I mean, that's wow, but it's like how.
I
Wow,
mean-
is that? It's like wow, somebody married somebody.
Well,
that
I know,
was
Yeah,
famous.
but I'm
still,
just,
though.
but anyways.
I mean, I know somebody that married somebody famous.
Do you?
I do.
I don't believe you.
That's
Do you have a
okay.
picture?
Yeah.
Of them?
Yeah.
I can show you a picture of them. I'm not in it, but okay. So
I wasn't there.
I mean, it's a class photo.
Oh.
I'm in that photo, and we're all together. Yeah.
But I mean, I watched wrestling when I was younger, but I didn't. Once I got teenage years,
Yeah.
we didn't. One of my uncles was a big wrestling fan, so he always watched that when we'd go to Mississippi. He'd always watch that in Memphis, so that's why we'd watch the Memphis station.
So when did the band begin?
The band, the
We didn't
famous
even talk
band.
about the band.
I know the band.
The band, bro.
So the band was probably my senior year, and maybe a little bit of my freshman year of college. We were together, and
What is the band's name?
You're gonna love this.
it was Backstage.
That was the name.
That was the name
Of the band.
Backstage.
Yes.
Heavy Hitter.
What are we doing
Backstage,
musically
bro.
wise?
What are we doing?
Are
music-
y'all doing hair stuff?
We are doing like U2. We are doing Bon Jovi. We are doing
And what-
Poison.
what
we
age
were
were you?
doing junior, senior in high school, freshman in college.
So never did we write any original songs?
No, heck no. No,
Oh,
we didn't do any of that. We were just doing cover
What
stuff.
did you do in the band?
I was lead tambourine.
Are you being serious?
Straight up.
No.
What's up, dude?
I'm so
What's wrong with lead
Well, that
tambourine,
was
bro?
I was lead tambourine and lead singer, so I always lead
okay.
with the lead tambourine.
Why is
but
Not a
no,
great singer?
I was I was lead singer. So
That's fine.
yeah, so I was lead singer, and we did some stuff, and we had a good time.
Backstage. I still love that.
What
name.
is some of the craziest band stories? Are you allowed to talk
You
about
got
this?
some.
We probably
you
don't
had
need
some.
to talk about
You
it.
had some
Okay.
groupie.
No, that's
We
fine.
probably don't need to talk
some
about that
groupie.
kind of stuff.
Is there any future shows we're doing with the band that you want to promote?
When
before
y'all?
we get
When
out of
y'all?
here?
When are you guys reuniting?
Well, it's hard.
Are we
to.
all?
We wanna have a
It's
comeback
hard.
show.
It's hard to. Our drummer's dead.
I was about to ask.
But no, it would be fun. A good one of our guitar players was. He's probably retired now from the Navy, and
Do you want?
I don't know where some. What is this?
Oh, this is a.
Well, we need to shout out a sponsor of the podcast.
All right.
Official.
Yes.
Official.
Cool.
Big deal.
Awesome.
Well, our buddy Rich and Serena have created a lifestyle brand. They do rash guards. They're going to be doing future collabs with like local companies, but right now they just have rash guards.
And if you guys have seen the original, like the Some People Suck rash guards that we had, that was a collaboration with a lifestyle experiment. So
Yes.
that's where that originally started, was with them.
They also are shortened to like ALE if you want to call it that as well. But you can follow them on Instagram at _lifestyle_experiment to stay up on their latest releases and soon to have streetwear. And I'm supposed to say something nice, maybe. So, I mean, they smell great. The clothing and the people who make it.
We just got the newest ones they just dropped.
Damn. And they're in the washer because we just rolled right before this.
Earlier, but the newest ones look insane.
Fire.
So
and if you go to their page right now, you'll definitely see them. They might have even posted a picture of us wearing them just now.
Maybe.
Well, now it's going to be late, but he does have an ad for them. They're definitely worth the money. They're high quality. They last long. I have to wear a brace right now when I roll, and it's covered in Velcro. And when I wash it in the rash guards, it beats the rash guards up, but they still
they
hold together. I've been washing it with the rash guards for what? Well, I've injured my wrist in April or in August.
Yeah.
And it's been since then, and you couldn't even tell the rash guard from a distance that it's messed up.
No, they are really high quality.
Super smooth, super silky,
awesome.
breathable, nice. Check out their page.
Yeah,
They're
definitely.
great people. Also, Rich owns a window cleaning company, and he's unbelievably good at that.
Yeah, definitely check their stuff out. And like we said, they're going to be hopefully soon posting some more stuff, whether it be rash guards and or t-shirts. We kind of had a conversation when he was here, dropping those off, but some of the stuff he's working on is going to be awesome.
Fire.
So
Super tight.
yeah,
You know?
super tight.
Yeah, what was the slang back then? Tight?
Dope.
Turkey?
Dope.
What was it?
Oh,
Jive? That don't jive with me?
Hey, that don't jive, man.
That don't jive, turkey.
Yeah, I don't. That's
Don't
cool.
even remember.
That's
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, your dad's in just social settings. And he's like, hey, are you going to the get up later? And he's like, that's cool, man.
I don't know now.
Get up later.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
Noah's
man,
gonna have a pop quiz on the 80s.
We're getting out of here, but is there anything you want to plug, like any upcoming band dates?
No, I think we're good. It's been a while since we've had any band dates. So
Yeah. Cool.
Well,
Well, dude, thank you for coming and hanging out.
we can't.
thank
Seriously.
y'all.
I
glad
can't
you
thank
got
you
the
enough. You've raised a great son. Big man over here in the chair.
Oh, cool. Well, I appreciate it, and I'm super proud of both of y'all for what y'all do.
Thank you.
I think this is awesome. I really do. I think it's cool.
Yeah, we're stoked about it. For sure.
So, and I thank you for having me. I hope that we can get Uncle Jimmy on one night.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Right now, Uncle Jimmy just sounds like a myth. And we keep talking about it.
See Uncle Jimmy?
Hey, we got a picture of him.
Yeah, no, he's
that's
just
right.
out of frame.
I
He's
can show
actually
you a
here.
picture.
He just isn't making the camera the way the camera's set up. See?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
dude, thank you again for coming and hanging out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to get the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee! Yee!
Yee!